never noticed this. The softness of bread isn't just baking, it's protein physics in motion. Here's the science. Wheat dough gets its unique structure from gluten, a viscoelastic protein network formed when water activates two proteins, gliadin and glutenin. Once hydrated, they don't just mix, they cross-link into a continuous molecular web. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. Glutenin forms long, high molecular weight chains. It creates elasticity and strength through disulfide bonds, strong covalent links that act like molecular anchors. Meanwhile, gliadin behaves differently. It doesn't lock the structure rigidly. Instead, it provides viscosity and extensibility through intra-chain interactions, allowing the dough to stretch without breaking. Together, they create a perfect balance. Strength plus stretch equals bread structure. But the real magic is in the rheology. High-quality gluten behaves like a solid-like viscoelastic system. It shows a high storage modulus, meaning it stores energy like an elastic solid, strong dough stability, and resistance to extension, meaning it resists flowing like a liquid. This stability comes from a combination of covalent disulfide bonds and weaker forces like hydrogen bonding and hydrophobic interactions. The result? A dynamic protein network that traps gas, expands under heat, and defines everything from chewiness to crumb structure to bread volume. On the other hand, mycoprotein comes from a fungus called Fusarium venenatum, grown through controlled fermentation. But unlike wheat gluten, its structure is not a protein network. It's a filamentous biological scaffold. Inside this system are long, thread-like structures called hyphae. They are roughly 400 to 750 micrometers long and just 3 to 5 micrometers wide, branching again and again like a microscopic mesh. Now, here's the key difference. These hyphae are not empty. Their walls are made of chitin and glucan, rigid polysaccharides that act like natural fiber reinforcement. Inside the wall is the protein, locked away within the structure. So instead of forming a bonded protein network like gluten, mycoprotein behaves like a physical matrix of fibers. And when it enters dough systems, it changes everything. Even at low levels, these fungal fibers can interrupt gluten development, slowing down cross-linking and reducing dough elasticity and strength. In other words, it doesn't just mix in, it physically interferes with the network formation process. But here's the interesting twist. That same interference becomes useful because mycoprotein is high in protein, rich in dietary fiber, and low in fat. When carefully formulated, it can mimic meat-like textures and perform well in products like sausages and cakes. So what looks like a disruptor in bread becomes a functional building block in other foods. One system builds structure through molecular bonding. The other builds it through biological architecture. And the future of food science may not be choosing between them, but learning how to combine both systems intelligently. Until next time, stay curious.